Hey everybody, and welcome to Dee Talk Live, Love Talk Mondays. How is everyone? What are we doing? How are we feeling? Have we had dinner yet? What is everybody up to tonight? Tell me please, because I want to know. Tonight's topic is another amazing love topic, and one that is quite interesting and important, if I do not say myself. And many of you would probably agree with me that it is probably the most important topic in a love situation or a relationship or a dynamic. It's something that really sets us aside from the rest because it states that we actually know what we want from somebody, or what we feel is best for us, or what is exactly what we're really after, because we get so many offers throughout life to be with specific people. Sorry, there was a piece of hair on my lip. So there's so many different situations that we might find ourselves in. And along come available suitors, along come people that we might actually like or be maybe infatuated with, or they basically float our boat or tickle our fancy, which is one of my favorite sayings as well. So basically tonight is not only about love, but it's about actually how we let down someone that we don't really have that click with. Because remember, throughout love and throughout the way that we perceive love for us is quite different to how everybody else perceives it. And we know what's right for us. If we don't have that initial spark, if we don't have that drive for the connection that we're in, it just fizzles out and it doesn't really amount to anything, because the initial attraction that we felt, maybe initially, might have substantially been there in somewhat sense, but then when it comes down to it, we want a little bit more, and we want something that's going to really set it off and make us think, is this person applicable? Is this person right for me? Is this what I really want in a relationship, or can I really see myself with this type of person? Because many times we seem as though, or we think as though that, yes, this person might be something that I could maybe experiment and see, and not experiment really, just get to know and see if they're really for me. And many times we are put in the predicament where we have to let them down. And it's a hard basket to follow, and I'm sure everybody has done it on these lives. Many of you have. I've spoken to many people as well. It's not that the person is a bad person. They might be beautiful, but they're not for you because that's how you feel. And especially if you don't have the initial attraction, the initial spark, the initial feeling that, you know, it's going to go further and it's going to set you off, and it's going to create that foundation later on in the track where you're still going to see it as something wonderful and dynamic. Not that this person is a bad person, but they're not going to bring out the best qualities in you, because that specific attraction, whether it be, you know, mind, intelligence, looks, they all amount to something, because you need to be attracted. You need to have something that woos you, that wants you to be there, you know, and vice versa. They might not think the same about you either, which is fair enough. It's very relative, because, you know, everybody wants something different, and it's fair enough. But how is the right way? How do we specifically tell this person? What is the right way to tell someone that we're not interested in them? And many times, years and years ago, my friends used to do it in this way, where it was quite abrasive, very mean, you know, didn't really understand, and maybe it was because they were young and didn't know how to present the truth to the person. Where in my mind, honesty is the best policy, because karma comes back and bites you in the ass. especially if you're leading on somebody, if you're not being truthful, if you're not being respectful towards this person. Because it might not be that you don't see, what you want to see in this person, but they might have feelings for you. And the last thing that I want to do is break someone's heart, because I wouldn't want somebody to break mine. And we have broken so many hearts in the past, sometimes us not even knowing that we have, because feelings have always never been expressed, because so many people shy away from their vulnerability and shy away from the feelings that they should in fact express to that person, especially if they're feeling in a specific way. So always keep in mind that there's somebody out there that might have feelings for you, and you've got to be really, really careful with the way that you express the way that you're not interested, and tell them truthfully and have them there, and even stick around and be friends with these people, because at the end of the day, why wouldn't you want to have that great relationship? It's a phenomenal way of actually not only keeping the peace, but maintaining a friendship and a foundation with somebody that might not necessarily be for you, but is in your life for a reason, because they've come into your life to show you exactly what it is you want from a relationship and what you don't want. Remember, life is all about experiences. Life is all about how we depict the people that we surround ourselves with, and the energy that we give to specific people as well. Because sometimes what you give out is necessarily what you receive, but you've got to be really careful, especially when you know that there are feelings involved, where somebody might like you more than you might like them, So you don't want to do it in a rude way, but you want to be honest, you want to be concise about your feelings right from the start, so you don't give those false hopes to that other significant other that, you might even go out on a date with, So you might figure it out while you're on a date, or when you first meet them, because remember, it's different while speaking to somebody on the phone or seeing them. And then it's different actually meeting that person and being in their company, okay? And actually understanding, do I want to be with this person? Is it what, is for me, So what surprises me is people ending up with the individuals they clearly stated the other person is not their type, and there is no spark, no attraction, be it mentally, physically, but the clincher is, yes, the money. Interesting, I say love is built over time, lust is in the moment, thin up all, great segment. Oh my God, Con, you're beautiful. But it's true, because, for me, it's always about loving the person, and it's all about the attraction. Listen, I've been with, many individuals who are loaded, who, have the money as well, Con, but it's not about that. It's never been about that for me. It's always been about the love. It's always been about, can I continue my life? Can I be with somebody like this for the rest of my life? Because it's all about building that foundation. And not only that, it's the attraction, because love is love. If you don't have that love with somebody, because that's the initial formidable foundation that we create. And I've spoken about it previously in a lot of my other lives that we've done, in regards to what pretty much do we need? Do we need the attraction? Do we need that spark in order to create something amazing with this person? Of course you do. You need to love them, not only emotionally, unconditionally, spiritually, bodily, whatever you want to, say. You need to love them for everything. But the initial attraction is the most important. If you don't have that attraction with that person, it's not really going to go anywhere. It's not really going to, run the test of time that you want it to, because you're only going to see them for specific elements of themselves. But every time you see them, it's just not going to work for you. It's not going to click for you. There might be other things you might be interested in. Okay, intelligence, 100% for me, right? And it's not about the way that the person looks either, okay? Because so many people get together with other people that you wouldn't normally think that they would, because they love the person, the attraction is there, that spark is there, that important component is there. But, when it comes down to it, if it's not there, you've got to be honest with the person. You have to tell them how you feel. You've got to express, the truth behind it, because you automatically know. Your intuition knows. You're able to know within the first 5 minutes of meeting that person if you actually are interested and if it's going to go anywhere. And a lot of that has to do with that sexual attraction too. Because obviously sex is one of the main components in any relationship. And I don't care what anybody says, it's important because it creates that closeness. It creates the energy that's driven between you in order to bring out that passion and perseverance in the relationship. It brings you closer because without that, you're just friends and you're just, taking it step by step, day by day, by just living in a friendship, not a relationship. It's very, very important. And in regards to actually telling that person, there is no other way than honesty. You can't be rude with the way that you speak to somebody. You can't just turn around and say, this is what you're like, or that, if you know that this person is automatically not for you, you know what you have to do. And just be kind because, put yourself in their shoes, okay? If that was you, how would you feel? Especially if somebody's pretty much telling you, I'm not interested in you. It's not going to work between us. It's just not what I thought it was. Before it was different, now it's changed. Things always change. Things always evolved in a specific way. And that person wants to understand you, wants that energy from you, and wants that connection with you in order for them to get where you're coming from and to really connect with you, even if it's not necessarily going to be in a romantic rendezvous, subsequent, connection, okay? Because you don't know what happens. You guys might, meet somebody through someone that they might know. It's all about the connection. It's always about being kind. It's always about having that honesty and being able to really graciously honest with the person in order to tell them, hey, what I originally saw in you, I don't really see now. And especially with dating as well. So many people are so scared to get out there and date. Get out there, date, do what you have to do. Meet people in regards to your surroundings. Get yourself out there. Like, even if you don't necessarily believe that, there isn't anyone out there, and especially with what's going on at the moment, there are plenty of people out there wanting to meet other people, and I've met so many of them. And they consistently say it to me. I don't know where to meet someone. I don't know, dating is the first step in any actual relationship. And dating is also the first step in actually finding what you're really after and who you're actually going to be interested in. Because that's where it comes down to it. You don't give dating a chance. You don't go out there to meet someone. You're never going to meet someone. You can't expect someone just to come to you. Things, yes, happen. And, there is nothing such as a coincidence. I understand. But those people are there to actually show you specific things. The reason why you meet things. We don't believe in coincidences because in reality, it's part of this journey that we're on, and you meet people because there's something behind that initial reason and why, and that's what makes it so beautiful. So the best way to actually tell somebody that you're not interested in them is to be honest with them, not to hide, not to lie, not to bring up all these, specific excuses or, accusations, or feel as though, it wasn't worth it, or, because you learned something from the situation and the experience. You learned that, yes, this is not what I want, but, at least I got out there and I tried and I gave it a chance. It might not necessarily be for me, but at least I tried and I actually know what I want and I know what that spark is. And I know that my intuition is working for me because it's telling me straight off the bat, hey, this person's not for you. Or it wasn't supposed to work this way because, in fact, it was you that put yourself in that position to actually understand why you were there and what is on offer eventually for you. Because that perfect person or the person you'll be interested in, or the person that you're supposed to be with will 110% definitely come to the fore. They always do. In a lot of situations, in a lot of relationships, especially that I know. And, Con's amazing with what he wrote tonight as well. Because, at the end of the day, some people do things based upon materialistic, thoughts or, ways of thinking, or maybe programming from when they were quite young. But in saying that though, you should never ever go by what you feel as though you should do. You should go by what you feel is right for you and your soul and the way that you feel. Never what you think is right, because remember, it's all about who you truly are, your identity, and what's going to make you happy. Because later on, money's not going to make you happy. Love's going to make you happy. Love always makes you happy. Love is consistently one of the biggest emotions that make anybody happy. And if you don't have love, what's the money going to do? Is it going to make you happy? Is the expensive car or the expensive house, is that going to? No. The person is going to make you happy. Your relationship is going to thrive. It's going to bring out such beautiful things in you, and it's going to bring the best out in you. And that's the reason why it's so, so important. From day one, as soon as you know that you're not interested in someone, that you don't want to take the next step, to put it out there. Tell the person, be honest with that person, because you'll feel lighter for it. And they'll respect you more for it, because you're not wasting their time. And, you don't want to be wasting your time either. It's a hard one, but it has to be done. And you can't pretend or play around with it or play games with the person. Love is not about playing games with people. Love is about being honest and open and expressing your views and putting it out there and understanding where you both stand. And especially where, you're able to tell the person, hey, it's not going to work out. You're able to identify it straight away. It's a quick exchange, an energy exchange, which is beautiful when it's done correctly. Never go out there and be mean to the person. Never go out there and, tell the person about, why it is exactly, like pinpoint things, being mean. And, it's not about that. You know within yourself, you're kind, you have love, you're able to create that and say those things in order to be honest with that person. When you don't have the click, it's very hard. And that's what I'm trying to say. Open, honest, respectful, and maintaining that stability within terms of being true to yourself and being true to what you actually want from a relationship dynamic and what type of partner you want. Because you're able to identify that, you're able to know that. It's not something that's hard. It comes within 5 minutes and you're able to just see it, And as I've said before, it's quite different when, and many of my friends, it's quite different when they see someone that, is on a social media platform or a dating platform or something. And then they go and meet the person in actual because that's where you're able to identify straight away if anything is going to happen. Is the attraction there? It's different behind these devices. You're not able to see that person for who they truly are because you're not basically experiencing who they are. When they're right next to you, you're able to pinpoint on the energy. You're able to pinpoint on the person, what type of person they are, and what they truly, want, and if it's what you want as well, It's a beautiful topic. Just be honest, and respectful to that person as well. Because everyone deserves a chance in love, and everybody deserves that respect because that's what you want. And remember, it's karma too. Karma will come back and bite you in the ass. I'm telling you right now. If you're not nice to people, you're going to get not nice back to you. Just be honest. Don't lead them on. Don't play games with them. What for? You either know if you like the person or you don't like the person. In that sense, or if you're not interested, or if you are interested, not liking, because it doesn't necessarily mean you won't like them, but in a romantic sense, yes, if you don't, you tell them, okay? Thank you again to everyone for joining me tonight. Thank you to all the beautiful comments as well. John, I love you. How are you? Yes, totally. It's true though. You've got to be honest with a person. Otherwise, how are they even supposed to know? Like you can't, stuff people around like that. It's not a nice way of living your life because you're not being truthful in a sense to, yourself. And, it's not highly regarded to sit there and pretend you're somebody that you're not. And even though that person really likes you, yes, we all want to be loved. We all want to find that love. But you can't just settle for something that doesn't drive you crazy, that doesn't bring out that passion in you, that doesn't have that spark, that you don't necessarily want to click with. Yeah? You've got to be really honest about this because feelings are involved and you've got to be nice. You can't do that to someone. It's not a nice thing to do. Thank you to everyone again for joining me tonight on Dee Talk Live. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the constant love and support over the weekend. And thank you to those who have donated to Bully Zero. I'm fundraising for Bully Zero because next year I will be on TV. We will be on Channel 7 next year, just to let everybody know because no one knew that. It's going to be amazing. I'm super ecstatic and super excited about it. The donate link is on tonight's topic for on Facebook. If you want to donate, please do. I appreciate the love and support. I need you guys backing me all the way. We're going to bring it home for this beautiful cause, which is very important to me. And it's so important to everyone out there. All of us have been bullied. It's crazy. Please get on it. Please support us. Back us up. On Instagram, you can find it above the What Dee Thinks profile. Even on tonight's video, so on our Dee Talk Live, Love Talk Mondays, you can find that on there as well. Thank you again for everybody joining me tonight. It means so much to me. Thank you for all your beautiful comments. Thank you to all the views every week. The beautiful responses. People telling me that, they're watching this as a podcast, which is crazy. It's an idea for us to get into as well. You guys are just beautiful. Thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing evening, whatever you're up to and whatever you're doing. More amazing announcements this week as well. Many more amazing topics within the next couple of days. Please check all our social media. Please support us in donating those much needed funds for Bully Zero and Dee's mission, because I've worked quite hard for this, guys, and I need your support. I love you so much. Please take care. Have an amazing evening, and I will see you on Thursday for Dee Talk Live. Much love and light to everybody. Please be kind. See you guys. Dee is out for another evening. Bye.